Warning, this video is not targeted to kids and may be inappropriate to younger audiences. Your discretion is advised. Hello, dudes and dudettes. It's your favorite Reader Gamer Mix 17 here, and I am back once again for another Subnautica. Now, as I did before, I'm going to be, of course, continuing reading the data entries. Now, however, I did end up realizing that I ended up making a bit of a mistake on the previous episode. I accidentally used the wrong intro animation to a degree. I don't know what I would call it. I accidentally threw in Warframe. I don't know how I managed to make that mistake, but I'm going to try to be more careful next time for all my future videos. I swear, I've always had that fear that I have to do that every now and then, and I have a feeling I have. Anywho, enough. Whatever I was going to say, I also have no clue what I was going to say. Let us get into it, starting off with where we left off before, the habitat builder. The Altera handheld habitat builder has been an essential tool in xenoscientists, colonists, and emergency relief crews across 11 different transgovs for more than 50 years. That doesn't sound like a lot. Habitat modules are hermetically sealed from the outside environment. Built on land, underwater, or in a vacuum, habitats can be enhanced to become long-term homes, remote research stations, defensive outposts, and more. Wait, defensive outposts? These things suck. What are you talking about? Anywho, quick start guide. Start the basic compounds from the builder menu and place it somewhere opportune. Add a hatch to access the compartment. Build a solar panel to power the habitat's oxygen generator. Construct useful interior modules like radios, rechargers, and storage solutions. Primary habitat systems like oxygen generation and flood control, as well as modules like the fabricator, draw power and will not function without it. Additional components reduce overall hull integrity depending on the external pressure. Quick build habitats, a home far away from home. Interior grow bed. Designed for use exclusively inside regulated habitat modules, the interior grow bed is more compact than the outdoor version. The features a hydroponic nutrient delivery system. That is interesting. I never knew that. Modification station, where the standard fabricator automatically rearranges raw materials to form complex devices. The mod station is able to combine complex devices to enhance their function. Most industrial vessels are fitted with a complement of equipment modification systems, and which enable engineers to adapt their tools on the fly. Jesus Christ, I'm having a hard time speaking. To conserve hard drive space, the modification system is excluded by default from most personnel emergency blueprint libraries. However, extreme environments such as an ocean and desert class planets may necessitate the adaptation of basic survival tools for unanticipated applications. For this reason, access to mod station is always recommended, much like how we are in right now. The moon pool. The moon pool is an essential module for long-term exploration. Its primary function is as a dry dock for small vehicles such as Seamoth and a prawn suit. A large central chamber contains a pressurized pool which provides ready access to the surrounding waters and combines as standard for with equipment for rising and recharging a vehicle. When outfitted with a vehicle, the modification station can be used to build and equip vehicle upgrades. Ratings. Wow. Dimensions. 60 meters by 10 meters by 5 meters. Connection. Points. 6. Habitat hull strength. Liability at sea level. -5. Equivalent 4 rooms. Capacity. 1 Seamoth/prawn suit. High power consumption. That explains my power by a lot. Planters and pots. Interior planters come in a variety of configurations and allow for most plant specimens to be grown in small numbers for decorative or botanical use. Scanner room. This advanced habitat module can transform a small outpost into a I swear those animals are really making noises into a burgeoning science and exploration station. A 3D display in the center of the room stores local topographical data. System can scan for and pinpoint particular materials. Remotely controlled drones scan the area up to 500 meters in range. Huh, that is impressive. Wall-mounted camera feeds allow the live control of scouting drones. Upgrade console may be used to enhance the module's functions, which I have abused the absolute living power of. Solar panel. Solar panel is the most prevalent power source in the galaxy, and so it is no accident that the standard solar panel is the default means of powering a habitat. A power source is a requirement of habitat oxygen generators and other onboard modules. Provides limited power for a small outpost, and survival habitats may be mounted on or near habitats itself or placed remotely and connected via power transmitters. Power rates relative to sunlight exposure. Spotlight. A pre-minute lighting solution developed for installation on existing habitats and facilities. Automatically rotates at a 180 degrees arc. Okay. Oh, I know what this was talking about. Motion sensitive, will track nearby moving objects, draws electricity from main power. Water filtration system. This filtration system draws water unfit for human consumption from an external source, automatically spits it into its parts, and outputs consumable liquid water and salts while disposing any harmful byproduct. Product. There we go. It can be built in any compatible habitat module, but has substantial power requirements. Yeah, I noticed. The Altera water filtration system. Any liquid into pure, refreshing, pH balanced water? Yes, sir. Any liquid. That's a little weird to say that twice. Power. Luckily, there's only a little bit. Bioreactor. On planets where organic matter is plentiful but sunlight is not, a reliable power bioreactor is will frequently provide the most efficient power solution. May be installed in any multi-purpose habitat room. Chemically compost organic materials, converting them into energy over time. Accepts all plant matter from seeds to spores to moldy fruits and vegetables. Can also process animal matter, fats, muscle, eggs, etc., and some organic waste products. Energy production is proportionate to the calories of the organic matter. The bioreactor, totally organic. That's okay. Nuclear reactor. Renewable energy sources will usually be sufficient for maintaining a small outpost. For everything else, there's nuclear power. Powered by up to 4 replaceable uranium reactor rods. I swear I can't speak right now. Do not attempt to replace reactor rods without a full radiation suit. I've never been wearing a radiation suit for like the longest time. Do not attempt to overclock the reactor. Wait, what? Wait. There isn't like an in-game death where I can die from the nuclear reactor being overused, right? Because if that's the case, I might as well just turn off my nuclear reactor. Anywho. Nuclear is ideal for energy extensive operations, such as self-sufficient colonies supporting more than 20 people, industrial outposts operating multiple docks and heavy machinery, research stations housing live specimens. Thermal plants. The first rule of survival in hostile environments is to work with resources available. If it's 800 degrees outside and you're in danger of burning to death at any moment, you might as well get some cheap, reliable energy out of it. Converts heat energy into electricity. Always take thermometer readings before attempting installation. I actually have done that multiple times before. I always try to find the hottest places, specifically anywhere under over 70 degrees Celsius, I think. Core mechanisms are housed by a heat-resistant chassis, but are not impervious to extreme temperatures. The thermal power plant, it's hot. Okay. Vehicles. The Cyclops. The Cyclops is the most popular and reliable deep-sea submersible in the galaxy. By comparison to the competition... Dang it, why am I yawning right now? I'm not even tired. Competition, yeah. It can be crewed by just one pilot, hence the name. Oh, really? It features 3-speed manual piloting controls and forward observation deck for precise maneuvering, dry dock for transportation, maintenance, and recharging of scouting vehicles, extensive storage solutions in the Neil hold section, internal and external video feeds. Wait, internal? What? Okay. Onboard AI for threat detection, extensive customization options, advice for captains. Higher speeds generate additional noise and may attract undesired attention. Power consumption, engine off 0%, slow 25%, standard 50, flank 100. Silent running mode may be activated in conjunction with any speed setting to reduce noise close to zero at a substantial addition power cost. Cyclops upgrades may be fabricated at the terminal in the engine room and installed at the neighboring panel. Ratings: top speed 8 meters a second. Wow. Acceleration 3 meters per second squared, I think, or per second, or whatever. Power, replaceable power cells, dimensions 54 meters by 14 meters by 12 meters. That's impressive. Persons, up to 6 people. Wow, I did not know that. NB, the Cyclops does not feature habitation quarters. It is recommended the captain draw up a rota to decide who gets to sleep in the corridor each night. Automatic fire suppression, hull damage, and high speeds increase fire risk. Emergency ballistics, in event of a full system fail, this vehicle will sink. I do not want to try that. Mobile Vehicle Bay. The Mobile Vehicle Bay is a deployable station equipped with a fabrication drones designed to construct small research and exploration vehicles from raw materials. It is a common tool in almost all industrial, scientific, and colonization operations. Which makes me think now. Neptune Escape Rocket. This blueprint set was developed at Altera headquarters, specifically to get you off 4546B and back to the nearest phase gate. It takes into account local gravity, astronomical data, and available resources, and it's piloted by AI. It may be adapted to employ whether power source is available, but it will require a lot of it. It consists of 5 independently constructible elements. Launch pad platform. Floating platform provides a solid base from which to launch the rocket. Gantry provides structural support. Stage 1, primary thrusters reaching atmosphere escape velocity. Stage 2, fuel reserves. Stage 3, cockpit. Features: one-man person life support, short-range communications, adaptable power supply, orbital shielding, onboard time capsule. Warning: onboard AI will not launch if local threats are detected. Warning: the use of alien materials to power the craft may increase its range in unpredictable ways. That doesn't sound like a bad thing, actually. Prawn Suit Mark III. The pressure reactive waterproof nanosuit is a range of mechs designed to protect the pilot from extreme environments. The Mark III is the latest iteration and has so far only been rolled out by Altera for their own high-value phase-gate-related operations. I wish I would stop yawning. The suit is fully insulated from the outside environment. Powerful hydraulic limbs allow for manipulation of objects and powered transversal to the environment. Rear-mounted thrusters provide maneuverability in low gravity environments. A range of modifications are available in facilitate resource extraction and enhance exploration. The prawn suit, it's got you covered. Oh boy. Sea Glide. The Sea Glide is a personal transportation device designed for use in oceanic environments. Capable of speeds up to 36 kilometers an hour in standing water, displays basic topographical data for aid in charting cave systems, replaceable battery, keeps fingers clear of propellers. That's a very good thing to actually mention. The Sea Glide. Anything that moves faster underwater is probably trying to eat you. Okay. Seamoth. The Seamoth is a one-person vehicle with an independent replaceable power cell fitted in the rear and a fully customizable design. Low-power, multi-directional thrusters enable it to function equally well in sea or space environments. Most long-range vessels carry at least two of this class to facilitate the exploration and exploration of small astronomical bodies. However, they can also be fabricated at a standard mobile vehicle bay. Ratings: top speed 13 meters a second, acceleration 5 meters a second something, distance per power cell 10 kilometers. That's impressive. Crushing depth. Thank you for reminding me. Crushing depth 200 meters below sea level. Upgrade module slots 4. Dimensions 3 meters by 1.5 meters by 1 meter. Person 1. Seamoths may be modified by installing upgrade modules to the access point mounted on the wing. These include increased cargo storage, superior power, pressure and collision compensation, enhanced sonar, defense capabilities. And B, these modules may only be manufactured at a moonpool outfitted with a vehicle modification station. The Seamoth, it can go anywhere but land. And I just realized I haven't been saying like I did before where I actually got these things. That sucks.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Can't believe I forgot such a thing. I'm gonna have to do that now. You know what? Nah, I'm just gonna go down here real quick and just pick up a thing of water. Doop. Oh wait, I have water in here. Whoops. Alright, well anywho. But yeah. I guess I'll go through this whole thing. So if I'm not mistaken, we started off over here with the habitat builder, which is just something that I think you scan if you drop the habitat builder out of your inventory. Interior grow bed you find at the Degassi base, any of them I think. Modification station, you scan salvage parts all over the map basically. Moonpool, you also scan this on what's it called? Fragments of it surrounding the wreckages. Pots and planters. You can find this in large wrecks, including the gassy bases. Scanner room. You find this in wrecks, specifically large wrecks. Solar panels. I think you instantly get this as a ability to read about as soon as you build it, or you have to scan it after you build it. Spotlight. You can scan this when you find the The gassy bases. Water filtration system. This one, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you could scan the whole thing in the gassy base, including very few fragments in specific large places. Bioreactor. This is actually also broken down into actually all of these are broken down into small fragments found in large wreckages. The Cyclops is also something you find in large wreckages. Same thing with the mobile vehicle bay. Neptune escape rocket you find by doing the storyline, specifically in the Aurora, in like some weird area in it. So that, if that helps, good. If that doesn't, well then I'm sorry. Prawn suit you get by scanning the prawn suits within the Aurora prawn suit bay. The Sea Glide you get by scanning fragments of the Sea Glide all around in small wreckages, mostly. Sea Moth you actually can find by scanning in large wrecks, small wrecks, including the Aurora specifically. Finally, moving on to the vehicle console, upgrade console, which I think you also find by just scanning in small wreckages and large wreckages. This terminal allows vehicles to be customized and with different naming and color schemes, and upgrade modules must be installed with a compatible Moonpool module. Upgrades may be constructed at the dedicated fabricator. Upgrades include additional defensive capabilities, scanning equipment, and storage. Finally, moving on, we get out of the blueprints category and go into data downloads, which, if I'm not mistaken, this also means that I'm going to have a whole lot more. So we are starting off with the long list of artifacts. Alright, so alien building block. If I'm not mistaken, before I begin with saying these, everything under alien or artifacts specifically are found within the quarantine containment facility, which is on the island, specifically on the island, including the primary containment facility down in the active lava zone. So starting off with the alien building block. This rock-like object features organic as well as mechanical parts, and there is some genetic and technological crossover with the design of a self-warping constructs encountered elsewhere. It appears to serve no purpose in its current state and awaiting some kind of activation sequence. Materials such as this may have been fundamental building blocks for the aliens' technology, or even the aliens themselves. Alien carving. This carving is hundreds of thousands of years old and made from a formation from an unrecognizable natural fiber grown from an unknown planet. It bears striking resemblance to the old Earth yin-yang symbol. Two competing theories may explain this similarity. The aliens visited Earth prior to the 4th century BC and influenced the development of ancient Chinese philosophy. 2. The concept of yin-yang is universal, since yin and yang describes the fundamental interdependency of seemingly opposite forces that may be necessary existential understanding and Alright, sorry about that. Understanding in some form in all sufficiently developed civilizations. The tampering of two circles union into opposed represents this understanding and may have been developed independently by species other than humans. Well, I remember there being like a few theories about this. As for what type of theory specifically, I honestly will not be able to say due to the fact that there's a lot. Alien rifle. I wish I could take this. Strong resemblance to human weaponry in form. This device may have been designed with a humanoid user in mind. Whether the aliens that built this... Apologies for awkward cuts, just for like the past 2 minutes, I think. Stuff happened. Anywho. Whether the aliens had built this structure, were themselves humanoid, or otherwise employed the use of humanoids, is unclear. What is clear is that they consider defending this facility a necessary precaution. This is no obvious way to remote this rifle from the case. Huh. Alien statue. I was about to say structure. This artifact is unpowered, suggesting it served a ceremonial rather than practical purpose. The pyramid resembles vines spiraling upwards towards the marble blue stone mounted above it. It may represent a plant power found on the alien's homeworld, a building of religious import, or even the gravitational pull of their home solar system. That would be interesting. Ancient Earth Blade. The ancient Earth Blade, dating back to the 13th century, blood samples on the blade match the DNA of several separate heads. It states of the period. This evidence supports the theory that the aliens are an ancient space-borne civilization engaged in surreptitious study of less developed species. Well, Doomsday Device. Scans indicate this device contains enough potential energy to destroy the entire planet along with most of the solar system. Fortunately, it has malfunctioned. In a good way or a bad way, I have not a single clue. Holographic projector. This device contains network apparatus and a holographic projection unit. It was likely used as a communications relay, capturing and projecting the image of the user to a remote location. There do not appear to be any other devices in range. Nanobots. Scans show some form of advanced nanobot inside this seemingly empty case. These bots are substantially smaller than any developed within the Federation, and it is not possible to ascertain their exact function. It would, however, be unwise to release them. Organic matter particulator. This device contains a highly unstable radioactive isotope, likely to destroy all organisms exposed to it, while leaving physical structures intact. Although it would function perfectly well as a weapon, it is more likely used to sterilize spaces for later inhabitation. Without instructions, it would be unwise to interact with it. I don't doubt it. Rudimentary table. This device shares many similarities with the tablet, with the tablets used to access the alien facilities. Although this structure is rather less complex, it may have served a similar purpose, gathering security access to storing data, and was thus kept here as a form of legacy support. Tracking implant. This construct is emitting a high bandwidth signal consistent with alien transmissions intercepted elsewhere. DNA on the exterior indicates that it was once implanted inside one of the life forms indigenous to 4546b. Its size suggests the subject was a Leviathan-class organism. Beyond tracking and broadcasting its location, the implant may have also recorded the biological data on the subject. However, this data cannot be retrieved. Which makes me think, how in the world did they get in it? You know what? Whatever. Translation device. This device stores linguistic data from over 1,000 different languages. The core of the device may only allow alien text to be read and translated. Analysis of the onboard data reveals the number of ancient Earth languages. And the term CHBC Live appears many times in the device data. Its import is unclear. The device seems to be configured to translate into the designer's language, and it will not work the other way around. Scan data. This is interesting because everything here is exactly as you find it. So the alien arc is exactly as it is. The alien arcs are found, if I'm not mistaken, they are found in any of the alien places, basically. If I'm not mistaken, it should be any of the precursor caches and their facilities. This structure's intended purpose is unclear. Theories on function, ceremonial or religious role, industrial applications, advanced transportation network. Assessment, further research required. Alien flora research. This one I'm trying to think. Let me read it first though. Local plants being held in stasis. The aliens evidently sought an extensive knowledge of the planet's ecosystem, which would have been necessary. Give me 1 second. Alright, anywho, where was I again? Alright, the aliens sought out extensive knowledge of the planet's ecosystem, which would have been necessary to support any live specimen research. So for this one specifically, I think this one is in a alien precursor cache. Specifically from, I think it's from the northern blood kelp zone. Yeah, I think it's that precursor cache that it's from. Anywho, moving on. Alien robot. This device is of alien origin. Although its design is relatively simple, number one purpose. Whoops, wrong button. Wrong thing. Purpose. Its low threat level is at odds with the advanced technology apparently available to its designers, suggesting it was intended more to patrol alien structures and repair damaged infrastructure than to deter invaders. Despite simple design, this construction is quite elegant. Yes, elegant in its minimalism. 4 electromagnetic legs allow to transversal floors, walls, and ceilings to a reasonable speed. It appears to be replaceable. Internally, there are few moving parts, rendering this construct energy efficient and resistant to wear over time. A rechargeable ion-based power reserves ensures it continues to operate. Assessment. Immobilize and return to Altera for mutual profit. Alien thermal plant. This one, I remember specifically, you actually get from the thermal plant facility within the heart of Subnautica. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, to a degree. It's strange. Anywho, this system is directly converting local thermal energy into electrical current at 90% efficiency. Most of this energy is being stored in the battery-like devices within the planet itself, each of which holds enough to power a small city for a year. Some of it, however, is being drained off, presumably as it is distributed to other facilities on the planet. The power plant appears to be fully automated and given current understanding of its mechanisms involved uninterrupted. Alien vents. These vents connect to an ancient piping system network that extends beyond maximum scannable depth. The pumping system is still functional. There we go. The inflow vent is drawing water from the surrounding area and pumping into an unknown location below the surface. Warm deoxygenated water is being expelled into the atmosphere. Oh, god dang it. Most creatures are avoiding the vents. Peepers can be observed entering and exiting the pipe network without any signs of distress. Assessment. Further research required. This one you get from exactly as it says, scanning in any random air vent that you come across. Now then, if you excuse me, I gotta take some marble plants. Hooray. Because you know, if I don't, I'm gonna die.
Vital signs stabilizing.
There we go. Much better. Alright. Moving along back. Continuing on reading. Aquarium Arc. Scans indicate this arc was left inactive when the facility was abandoned. It was likely served as an access point to the surface of the planet. It was much too small for the Emperor to pass through, but would accommodate smaller life forms. This one specifically, I remember it being a... What's it? That was a weird sound. The teleporter within the primary containment facility. Specifically in the aquarium where we would exit through, along with the Sea Emperor juveniles. Aquarium pipe access point. An access point to the alien pipe system. Give me 1 second. Alrighty then, my apologies everyone for the constant need to stop and like do a bunch of stuff. I was pretty much just doing stuff and whatnot. Anywho, let's finish this off for the rest of the episode, which does look like the data alone will be a multi-episode thing. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think I read this whole thing. If not, I'll just reread it again. Aquarium pipe access point. An access point to the alien piping system transporting water to and from the containment facility. Peepers are using this pipe network to travel to and from the surface. Now this, if I'm not mistaken, you scan from the aquarium pipe access point, exactly as it says. If I want to say, I believe you either scan the alien vent that's in the aquarium itself, or you have to scan the pipe network system in the primary containment facility in the top room. Oh wait, no, not the top room. It's in one of the side rooms. I think the right room when you walk in. Anywho, blue tablet. This, of course, you get by scanning a blue tablet. Smooth and cold with a light blue light which illuminates an alien symbol resembling an uppercase H. While it is likely these devices serve as as security clearance for whoever constructed them, their size suggests some additional purpose, such as personal computers. Whatever the case, the technology is far beyond humanity's own. Damaged anchor cable. This you get by scanning the disease research facility's cables, which are of course damaged as the name suggests. These thick cables were designed to anchor the nearby facility to the surrounding cave walls. Damage to some of the cables has resulted in the facilities collapsing to the floor. Calculations suggest such damage require the external percussive force that exceeds of 300 tons. Now, in the in-game lore, it actually explains the fact that, which I think we'll actually read about later on, this was by a sea dragon leviathan, which I still question, how did a sea dragon leviathan go through this whole thing? The world may never know. No, I'm kidding. Anywho, energy core. This device houses energy equivalent to 100 megatons nuclear detonation. I think that's what MT stands for. Which can be channeled, channeled through the facility and detected at vessels overhead, or bent around the planet's gravitational pull to strike targets in orbit. The power is routed via the attached terminal, allowing for the device to be deactivated if necessary. It is currently operating without parameters, suggesting it will target any ship within range. This one, I remember, it is the energy core within the quarantine unit. Yes, with basically the big old laser cannon, specifically in the energy room where you scan the energy core. Next up, force field control terminal. This device matches known technologies and is likely alien in nature. Of course, I forget to silence my phone. Alright. A power is being routed via the terminal to the nearby force field. The technology is far beyond anything encountered before by the Federation. Nonetheless, there is a good chance it functions as a regular lock and only requires the correct kind of key. This you get by scanning any of the terminals which require the tablets to be unlocked, if I'm not mistaken. Ion cube. You get this by scanning the ion cube. This green material substance has no entry on the periodic table, which is quite amazing if you think about it. And an unprecedented ability to store huge amounts of ionic energy within it, which is highly impressive, to be honest, because ionic energy is pretty amazing. Likely grown artificially. Cube appearance suggests it has been cut from larger deposit, which it has. Each cube contains the equivalent ionic energy of 5 kilotons of TNT, which is quite devastating. Under the right conditions, the energy could be released in a controlled manner. Likely used as batteries, but would require a substantial power source to be recharged. Assessment: valuable energy source. Ion Cube Fabricator. This device appears to be the origin of the raw material that forms the base of the ion cubes, which smaller power alien systems, likely drawing power itself from the main terminal thermal plant, this device may represent an almost limitless source of energy. This you get by scanning, of course, as the name suggests, the ion cube fabricator, which is found in the primary containment facility. It's that big old machine with a large deposit of ion cubes. Orange tablet. This device hums lightly and displays an orange lit symbol resembling an N, lowercase n specifically. It may offer a way to interact with compatible technologies, which, if I'm not mistaken, an orange tablet can only be used in one location in the entirety of Subnautica, and I think it's in one of the caches, I think being the Grand Reef cache. I think. Take that with a pinch of salt. With a grain of salt, there we go. Production line. A production line of warper parts. This one you get from the disease research facility in the warper room. This one took me the longest to find because I kept going there over and over again and I couldn't find it, and then I decided to look up and there it was. So if that helps, good. Purple tablet. This carbon-based device is lighter than it looks and features a symbol that resembles a U lit in purple. Despite the onboard power still functioning, algae grown on the exterior indicates it was abandoned hundreds of years ago, perhaps thousands of years ago. While the technology is far beyond the Federation levels, there is no obvious way to interface with it. It should nonetheless be possible to fabricate a precise physical copy of this device if necessary. Which, yes, I've done that before a few times because of some caches I needed to find, and I think this one you get from either scanning any fixed, keep in mind, purple tablet that you find lying around, or you find by scanning the broken tablet that's in front of the land entrance of the quarantine unit. Research equipment. A laboratory table and accompanying scanners incorporate technologies far beyond our current levels of understanding. Hypothesis. Equipment maintenance, staff maintenance, specimen analysis, specimen gene manipulation. Last one sounds cool, which used to be an actual thing that was going to be added into the game, but sadly it's not the case. And on top of that, this, of course, you get by scanning, if I'm not mistaken, is in fact the research equipment found in a found in a thing, what's the thing called? A cache, which is found in the Lost River, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's where you find it. Research probes. The prominence and facing of these alien devices suggest that they are some kind of probe or sensor. Their subject would seem to be a vast skeleton in the center of the cavern, and the attached cable network may lead to a remote power station or data HUD. Assessment, investigate. This one, these research probes you find by scanning the research probes, as the name suggests, in the Lost River. When you find one of the specific, not Leviathan, skeletal remains. It's not the gargantuan Leviathan fossil or the fossil that's found in the disease research facility. It's the one that's found within, like the name suggests, inside the cavern. It's kind of off to the side, closer to where the gargantuan Leviathan. So if that helps, good. If that doesn't, I'm sorry. It's kind of confusing to pinpoint that where that is. Self-warping quarantine enforcer unit. This life form shows signs of heavy genetic modification and extensive mechanical grafting. Its digestive system and pulmonary systems have been replaced with an onboard battery receiving energy directly from the main grid and distributing it around the body. Miniaturizing phase, I think, technology has been implemented beneath the skin and is triggered by the central nervous system, allowing the construct to teleport at will. The brain. The brain and central nervous system has been digitally augmented with advanced processing power and remote communications. Assessment. Programmable hunter/killer avoid, which is quite correct. You get this by either scanning the warper or scanning the warper that's with from the looks of it. I think you actually have to scan the warper that's in the disease research facility that looks like that. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. Alright, this will be, actually, depends. How many? Okay, I think I could go a little farther. Sonic deterrent, I think it's called. These small alien structures are emitting high wavelength sound waves which seem to be designed to deter indigenous lifeforms from approaching the larger facility. These are of course the sonic disruptors, I'm going to call them, that you find within the active lava zone found surrounding the primary containment facility. Yes, it's hot in there. Don't worry, you won't die if you're quick enough. Warper parts. The organic parts on display contain DNA from dozens of different organisms, largely originating off-world. They are in varying states of augmentation with advanced technologies. This production line setup suggests these self-warping constructs were built, maintained, and deployed by aliens that designed this facility. Now I think that is the end of the scanned data. Next up we'll be going over the terminal data. I have sadly run out of time, and without further ado, thank you everyone for joining me in this grand adventure of Subnautica data, even though it's technically just me reading a bunch. And I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.